Side Scrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on youtube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hey, buddy.
Blab.
Hi, chat. I love you. Mwah.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on youtube.com and rumble.com and twitch.tv. And today on Geeks and Gamers, what's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the #1 video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's Side Scrollers. Joining us today, I don't really know where Travis is. Travis just, he's not around today. I don't know. We'll see if Travis decides to show up. But I know who is here. The one, the only, Womanian. Best bowler I've ever seen. Listen, bowled 3 straight Guamanian 300s. It was crazy. You should have seen her. Hi, Guam. Hi, Guam.
I'm like, what? Like, we bowling?
Guam Blabs. Hello.
Oh, hello, everybody. Apparently, I'm like the best bowler in the room.
That's right.
It's just me in the room, so naturally, because Funko Harry doesn't count.
Funko Harry. Oh, yeah, behind you? Okay, sounds good.
No. Hold on. I'm jumping in here. I don't care. I'm the best bowler here.
Really? You got mad bowling skills?
You want to see my bowling ball?
I accidentally threw a bowling ball behind me once and almost hit the Olympian sister. It was great.
Wait, you have a bowling ball?
No, I was at a bowling alley, and a girl I knew, her older sister's an
He's
Olympian.
talking to me, Blabs.
Yeah, Blabs, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Blabs. Shh. The men are speaking.
The men are speaking, Blabs.
Sorry.
I'm not joking. I've got a bowling ball, and I love it, and I'm pretty damn good.
Hey,
Green, you want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it. Go get that bowling ball.
It's right here.
Go get it.
50, now he has to raise it up and be like, ball.
Yeah, no joke. Like if we get a 50 dono, like there it is. There's the ball.
It's in a bag and everything.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're ready.
I
don't think you understand my skills. I got my own bowling shoes, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce Adam Krigler's bowling ball.
Wow.
Oh, it's a bit of a letdown. I thought I was going to be more green than that.
What? My grandma got me this when I was 12. All right, you respect that.
Respect the gram.
This is a 12-pound Krigler ball, by the way. All right. I don't know if you guys are prepared for that. Look at the holes. Look at the holes.
Look at it.
Look at it.
Look at the holes in my ball. All right. Look at it. Look at the ball. All right. I'm sorry. I got a little aggressive there.
Yeah. Only I'm with Fantastic Sarcastic. We're only 12.
Yeah. Because it's not about how heavy it is. It's about how precise you can be. All right.
No.
I'm a sniper when it comes to bowling. All right. I'm telling you.
What's your best score? 126.
276.
Really?
Hmm?
You are damn good. Golly. It's a lot of strikes. Not as good as Blabs though. She had 3 straight 300s one time.
I believe it was 8 strikes that game. I got 8.
That's crazy.
I was on a bowling league for a while, and that was my best game. 276.
Gino wants to know: do you curve though?
Oh, do I curve? Yeah, baby. Of course.
Wow.
Right into the pocket.
To the left or to the right?
Well, that's a personal question there, Craig. I mean, wow. Never had another grown man ask me that.
Let's go. Picking up what I'm throwing down.
It's actually out wide right and then swing left. That's how I roll. I ride the edge and then it cuts in.
Usually the best way to go. Right
into the pocket.
Right at that edge. Love that. All right, nice. Well, look, we're gonna have a good show today. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna have to bounce about 5 minutes till noon. I got an important business call. So you got me for a solid 40 5 minutes from now. Then I may just bounce. It may just go. Well, hey, I'm in the.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice, isn't it? Blabs.
You can
That's
hear the
pretty.
bird chirping.
There's something refreshing about that. Just stillness in the air.
And then I'll just come back in and no.
Oh, hey,
everything.
hey, Craig. Good to see you.
We weren't talking about you.
No.
Or anything.
No.
Well, if you guys are tuning in over on Geeks and Gamers, first and foremost, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys allowing us to hang out with you guys for a little bit. Hopefully you guys come over and you join us over on the Side Scrollers podcast channel, where we are live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. to about 12:30, 1 o'clock, whenever we want to get done. Today we're gonna have a really good discussion. I'm actually really excited for today's show because we're gonna have hard news, but after hard news,
hard news.
Not yet. Hold on. No. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
You got too excited.
It's not time for my favorite segment yet.
Oh, right.
Just
My
relax.
bad. It's my favorite segment, though.
It's everybody in the world's favorite segment.
Right.
Yeah.
Hard news?
No. Wrong.
He's like a dog, like
no.
Outside park.
Too soon?
Park?
Oh, too soon. I know you get excited. But Blaz brought up a really interesting topic the other day in our little Twitter Discord. And it was about, well, Blabs, you tell us. You're going to be the one leading this discussion. We'll get to this in a little bit.
I got to pull myself up. I'm on the other account. But basically, guys, I found this meme that really resonated about today's like Hollywood standards. It was literally, do you have it? Perfect. Okay. So it was literally Black Widow and WandaVision. You know, these badass, very dimensional characters, lots of flaws, but they have triumphs, they have sorrows and loss. And on top, and then on the bottom, you have the new She-Hulk characters that are absolute shit, written by women, and all they did was twerk and, you know, hoe around. And so I wanted to talk about that later after Adam's favorite segment.
Everybody.
Wait,
with the comparisons of good characters of female and male, written by female and male.
What's up with that? Yeah, we'll talk about it.
It's an interesting conversation for sure. And especially, I love the fact that you were the one who brought it up. You know, you're like, hey,
wasn't us.
What's up with this? What's up with this? Not some dudes, you know. And by the way, that tweet popped off almost 3,000 likes.
Yeah.
Way to go, Blabs. So people obviously are interested in the topic, you know, which is good. So, all right. So back here, Chartis, thanks so much for coming in with 100 bits over on Twitch. We greatly appreciate that. That is awesome. Also want to remind you guys, coming up at 1 o'clock today over on the Side Scrollers podcast channel, the main channel, we will have Blabs versus Castlevania today.
I watched a video on how to beat Frankenstein, as I was told to do so.
Good
you could
shit.
watch.
Doing your research. All right.
I watched it last night. I watched a couple different videos. I was watching some different techniques. I'm like, I want to get it this time. We can't do it. We can't have another.
She's a true Casablancan now.
Well, we'll see. She's about a little bit past halfway in the game. She's made some good progress. You should have seen her last time. I mean, she started and she was like, it was like horrible. And over the course of 3 hours, you know, she made progress and it was still horrible. But hopefully today it gets a little bit better. And you know, I'm looking forward to going on this journey again with you today at 1 o'clock Central Time. So that's in about an hour and 45 minutes from now. Labs will go back into Castlevania and attempt to take out Dracula. This has been an ongoing series, so look forward to.
Fuck you, Frankenstein.
Yeah, you just
Your
relax.
ass is mine.
Just reel it back in, Blabs. Ridiculous. And tomorrow, obviously, the Mario Funathon continues as we are. I'm plowing through, man. I'm plowing through Mario Galaxy like a hard ass, man. What's this? What's going on?
Huh? Oh, it just says, and Craig looks like he'd rather get hit by a bus talking about it.
Talking about the women characters?
The pain that you go through trying to lead her through the game of Castlevania.
Yeah, listen.
Well, he's not
I
wrong.
suffer too.
Nick's not wrong.
I know. That's why I posted it. I was like, that's pretty good. That's pretty funny. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, we got some news to talk about today. Appreciate y'all's support over on the channel. This is a fan-funded show, so we appreciate any and all support. Like the membership that came in a little bit earlier. Thank you very much. Going from Melodic Method became a member, who was a G2 came over, and FXKTP came in as new members. Thank you all very much over on the Geeks and Gamers channel. Really appreciate that. That is spectacular. And back here, Charles once again coming in with 100 bits. If you would like to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers as well, like Bear in Mind did this morning. And so did Johnny the Butcher. Johnny, thank you very much. That is incredibly generous of you. And Bear in Mind, really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and the support over at Patreon. All right, let's get into it. Adam, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the entire world's favorite segment. It's time for
Hard News.
Did I just hear a dog bark? I thought I heard a dog bark in the background.
But it wasn't me because I was muted and my dog's asleep.
Okay.
I didn't hear anything.
No? Okay. All right.
Chat?
Weird.
I heard it.
Did you guys hear a dog bark?
Could have sworn I heard a dog. Anyways, so let's follow up on a story we had earlier this week. We talked about the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake that happened. And, a lot of people have been interested in this game. It looked, they showed the teaser of Solid Snake in the water, and it looks all awesome. But there's been some details that have been thrown out by Konami after an IGN Japan, which, by the way, did you know there was an IGN Japan?
I figured there would be. I don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, kind of weird. IGN Japan recently asked Konami some questions about the Metal Gear Solid Delta game, and they have confirmed that according to Konami, director Hideo Kojima and that guy are not involved in the game. The big one is Hideo Kojima. Because Hideo Kojima kind of started the whole franchise. Regarding whether or not there'll be future remakes in the series, he received a positive answer saying, "We'll consider it while listening to the voices of our customers." So potentially.
Hopefully it's the actual customers and not the game journalists and people that are, fair weather gamers.
Right. Well, we'll see. I think that's, the big one is Hideo Kojima. And I think what we'll probably miss by not having Hideo Kojima associated with the game is 90-minute cutscenes. So we'll have less 90-minute cutscenes than with him not being associated with it. But either way, hey, big ups real quick to the Geeks and Gamers Daily folks who just ended their show. Appreciate you guys popping in. If you guys are just joining us, welcome on out. Glad you guys found us. Today we're going to have a really good discussion. Next on the docket of quick hits before we get into our big discussion today.
No, well, hold on. I'm
okay.
Say something. You're trying to blast through this
show,
man.
Fire away. What do you got?
Well, I just think that, Hideo, his genius when it came to creating the Metal Gear Solid franchise and like what he did, I think it's already in there already. It's already cemented in the game. So they're not doing anything new, or at least not that we know of. I mean, look at Resident Evil. They're just taking the game and just injecting new life into it, new graphics into it. And everyone seems to really enjoy what they're doing with that. So if they go in that direction, I mean, I know a lot of people are upset that he's not involved because it's like when you think Metal Gear Solid, that's who you think of. You think of Kojima. It's like, damn, that's like the father of Metal Gear Solid to many. I don't know if he's like the original creator of the story Metal Gear, because Metal Gear has been out for a long time.
Yeah, since like late 80s. Yeah.
Did he come up with it himself? Like it's his?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they just take it and really just honor the lore, honor the original story, and take what he built and just make it. I don't want to say it's not for modern audiences, but for modern systems. I think that's what we really need. They needed to do. Make it for modern systems, not the audiences, because that's a scary phrase. Anyway.
Right. And that's just to confirm, Hideo Kojima was associated. It was the creator behind Metal Gear when it launched on the NES. It was actually on the it was in 1987 when it came over to the NES, but it was actually on another platform before the NES, I believe. So anyways, yeah, Hideo Kojima's been there since the start. So yeah, good stuff. So yeah, there you go. Blab's have you ever played a Metal Gear Solid game or a Metal Gear game before?
You know the answer, no.
No.
It's no. Yeah, I
figured. Big Top came in with a $10 direct donation. Says, when Adam showed us his bowling ball on camera, everybody in the chat gasped.
It's so big. They were all thinking it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
It's bigger than we thought it was.
It's impressive. That's also what they were thinking.
they're like, oh my gosh, it's absolutely.
I know.
Quite impressive.
I'm sure a few of them wanted to stick their fingers in there too. All right,
Mhm.
calm down. There you go.
What is this, like some Disney show where every 2 seconds they throw that in?
It's like Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
They're booing you, Blabs. It's ridiculous.
Damn.
And then Ronan the Crusader, or Ronan, I don't know how to say your name, but
It's Ronan.
Ronan. I struggle with the O in. Sometimes it's on. It's a soft O. Sometimes it's a hard O. But the Crusader says, my concern isn't Kojima not being involved so much as the art designer. That guy not being involved also. Dude's artwork is nearly flawless. Excellent. Interesting. Now you can say his name. I can't. I don't know. I'm not familiar
I feel
with
the same thing I just said though. You know, the art style of Metal Gear kind of is already established.
Mhm.
It's not like they're making a remake of a game already established. So what they're doing is taking that game and just pumping new graphics into it. Now, obviously, I'm taking the optimistic approach here, right? I'm trying to I really don't care about this game. I played the shit out of Metal Gear Solid and the VR missions, those 2 games, and then I never really went back to the franchise. I know everyone loves 3. I guess 3 was such a big hit. A lot of people love that game.
Right.
So I don't know. I hope hope it could be fine. You know, I hope so for the people who love those series. Like I'm wanting it to be good for those people.
Well, I think that sounds. I know a lot of people are excited about it, and I'm sure that it's going to kick ass. You know, it's one of those things where
Yeah, I hope so.
that or everyone's going to hate it. It's going to be one or the other. There will be no like, it's all right. People will be like, you ruined it. You ruined my game. So, all right, let's move on to our next story. Everyone here loves Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I've said this before. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe may be one of the best pure video games ever made. When you just break it down to, it's a game designed for people to have fun. Anybody can play it, no matter if you're awesome or if you suck. Anybody can play it and have fun doing it. I think that is what makes an exceptional video game. Well, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has, they've been doing their DLC, Deluxe DLC waves is what they're calling it. And they have teased, I feel like the last one just released, but they have teased that the next one is coming soon in a tweet. And they talk about how, that it's the next one, it's time for mom and dad to shine. So I would expect this to be some built around classic courses this time.
Oh.
Are you trying to take a close look at what we're looking at here? Is that what you want to see?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is what we got. These are the courses that you're looking at, this one does not look familiar. Does that look familiar to anybody?
No. But I've
Chat?
only ever played on the Wii.
Okay. But and then this one should look familiar. I think this is the I thought this one wasn't this already in the game? I could have sworn
Yeah, it
this
looks
was
like
already
the Mushroom Gorge one, or
I thought this was already in the game. But either way, so the next wave of Mario Kart DLC is coming soon. And I gotta be honest, like I am amazed at how that game has it's going on a decade since the original Mario Kart 8 was released. And it's spanned over 2 different consoles, and the game just continuously gets better. It's amazing. Like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the picture of how video games should be supported forever. Amazing.
Yeah, I
that
like that about it.
Meadows.
You just keep giving people more. Oh, you love this game? Well, let's just keep giving more. I mean, there's very few games that are like that. 7 Days to Die actually is one of those games. Like the people who work behind that are just constantly just making it better and better and better and adding more stuff for years now. It's like it's got like a cult following, and it's not a mainstream game, but man, they keep just adding things. Now they're putting bandits in and NPCs that are going to roam around and like help you, or there's new cars. It's just I love that when a game designer was like, let's just make this one better and give them more and more content. So rare. No Man's Sky is another example. Fluffer Boy says,
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good point.
What's interesting about No Man's Sky is that's a game that when it came out, it was panned. Everyone's like, what the shit is this? You promised all this stuff. And over the course of the next 2 or 3 years, it became the vision that the original, I think it was a Singular Dude or something like that. The guy who made or the
Was it
small
really?
team. I remember there was some story around No Man's Sky. It was a very small team behind
Wow.
it, and there's one guy who was like the face of it. So, but either way, like it was released and just over the next 2 to 3 years, it became what they initially wanted. It's like they released it too early. Had they done like Minecraft did, and they're like, well, it's beta or it's an alpha version instead of like, here's the game, here's the full release. I think it would have been received a lot better. But obviously, people are still very much into No Man's Sky, just like they are very much into, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So, yeah. Let's go. You got anything else on that?
No,
No?
I think it's a slippery slope when you start doing that. I mean, 7 Days to Die that I mentioned, they were in beta. Now it's like the alpha 21, I think they're in right now. So even still now the full game isn't out. Like even though it's been out for man, 5 years, 4 years. I don't remember when 7 Days to Die came out, but a buddy of mine was playing it back in 2020 and was like, "Oh, you should try this game." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll play it with you. Like that sounds fun." And then him and I were playing, and it was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
It's just kind of like I want game developers to make a quality game that's ready to go. Right? Tears of the Kingdom came out on console or on the Switch, and it's a cartridge, right? We've had this conversation a few times over the past like week, and that leads to them saying, "Well, we don't even need to finish it. Let's just put it out, and we'll make it, and we'll just say it's beta." They'll use it as an excuse. I
Right.
feel like right now it's in this place where the people that are doing that are the smaller companies that are like trying to get their game out and get people to be hyped about it, so maybe they can make a little more revenue to actually put back into the game. And that's what 7 Days to Die is doing. Fun Pimps, I think that the name of the developers is called. Like, I don't know what else they work on. I've never heard of them before. Fun Pimps, but they're putting everything back into this game to try to make this game be huge, and I love that. It's 10 years old. Someone says 7 Days to Die is a 10-year-old game. See, that's amazing that they're still like trying to make it better and better and better. The graphics look so much better than it used to be, and they're adding new stuff. It's cool. I love that.
Yeah, it was released December 13th, 2013. So
Wow.
we're on 9.5 years now,
That's crazy.
closing in on 10. Mario Kart 8, by the way, released on the Wii U
Right.
May 29th, 2014, on the Switch, April 28th, 2017. So 6 years on the Switch, but all in, with the original Mario Kart 8 was, we're going on 8.5, 9 years. So yeah, pretty insane, man. Pretty insane. And games as a service has definitely become the trend over the last decade, to where
Right.
you don't just buy the game and it's over and done. It's a continuation. So
Oh,
they're
well,
now
and also a conversation of, do you make a sequel or do you keep what you got going? Like Overwatch, for example. There was zero reason for them to convert it to Overwatch 2. Like, just make more Overwatch. All right. Oh, well, we're going to give you PvE stuff. All right. Actually, now that everyone's already paid for Overwatch 2, yeah, we're not going to do that. It's like, well, what the hell? What was the point of switching to Overwatch 2? Just make it a new DLC. Add some more characters. Make it bigger. Overwatch had a huge fan base. I don't hear about Overwatch anymore. Do you? It feels like it's kind of fallen to the sidelines.
right. Yeah, and when Overwatch 2 came out, there wasn't that big of a leap. And the fact that they took away their the single player element, they actually just stopped development on all that recently. And that was like
That's what I'm saying.
pretty
Yeah,
big news. Yeah.
PvE.
So yeah, man, it's amazing to see the thought process on these, and how, I go back to when you think about games as a service,
Hmm.
the biggest criminal, the biggest game that is just swiping everybody's money every year, it should just be called Madden instead of Madden 23, Madden 24. Just be called Madden, and you buy Madden, and then you download the game, that you download the updates every year for your console, and it should be constantly updated. Which they are updating like the different things, the different ratings for each player throughout the season and stuff, and that's fine. But having to buy a new game every year is just crazy at this point in
Do people
2023.
still buy those games though?
Oh, do people still buy Madden?
I don't know.
Oh my God,
I
yes.
haven't cared about like a sporting game.
In
When was the last
ages.
time I actually cared about a sport game?
No. I mean, listen, Madden is insane. Madden is still ridiculous when it comes to the number of sales. I mean, when it's released leading up to the NFL season, it's always number one. Always.
Wow.
Net sales. Listen to this. Net sales for that's Steve Madden, not Madden. Let's see.
Someone mentioned FIFA too. Yeah. Those games,
I
they're
played FIFA
worse than
2016.
like the Call of Duty meme of just like a new Call of Duty. I feel like this is way worse. FIFA, Madden. I guess those are the two main things, because if it's football in America and football in the rest of the world, both of them are just monsters as far as people love those sports.
100%. I mean, these are franchises that make $1 billion annually. I mean, that's just.
I mean,
stupid.
this is the thing though. If people are buying it, that means they want it. So like that's what capitalism is providing something that people want. I mean, I agree with you that I think it's ridiculous, but at the same time, people are hyped to play the new shit. So who's really at fault? The game company that's giving a product that people clearly want to play and are buying it in droves, $1 billion a year? Like, why would they stop doing it if they're making $1 billion a year? It doesn't make any sense. Why to switch to what you were saying? So like I can't even be upset that they do that. I mean, people keep buying it. What are you gonna do?
You're not wrong. Like this is the point where everyone holds the mirror up to themselves and goes like, "We're the problem."
Kinda.
Yeah.
Well, to answer Adam before, when do you decide to keep editing the same game you have or release the second one? You got to think about Apex. And this goes back to like a couple months ago when we talked about Apex, and you said how it could have like 40 extra characters in it or something. It's like, well, when do you decide when to stop and make an Apex 2 with a whole new
I know, it's a good question.
Right? Like,
when do you do it?
How do you decide?
And then
And
do you cut off everyone who played Apex up to this point from all their stuff that they've earned, the FOMO that they had because they had to log in and like complete some objective to get like some special skin?
Yeah.
And then like, all right, boom, we're going to Apex 2, starting over. Like, shit, like Destiny has that issue. Everyone was so mad that like you lost all your stuff from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. Although you got to keep your character. Like,
I got mad for Call of Duty.
Right, my Titan that I'm in my Destiny 2 is the same Titan that I started day 1 of Destiny 1. So like I've had the same character since Destiny 1. And like if Destiny 3 comes out and it's set further in the future, although I hope they don't do that. I want to go back to the golden age. Anyway, that's another discussion. People are upset about that. And it's like people are going to be upset about everything though. Yeah, everyone's going to find an issue.
Apex 2 or to keep going?
I want to keep going. There's like, and I
Apex
think that's
1.
Yeah, it's just Apex Legends, and that's the name of it. And that there will never be an Apex 2. It's just a continuation of the same service.
It's been 84 years, man.
Well, how do they keep players interested in continuing to play?
Well, they add new maps,
power
they add
creep?
new players,
new guns,
new maps, new characters, and they've done that. I mean, that's a
How many
franchise.
characters? How many characters are in the game right now?
Right now, I think there's probably 18, maybe 18 or 19.
That's a lot already, to be honest.
Good
Can you
amount.
imagine?
It started with 16.
And like balance all the characters out. Like that's.
I'm sorry. It started with 6. Started with 6 characters, and they're at like 18 right now. And I think that's the thing about Apex is, as the character roster has grown, the abilities for the characters have morphed so much. Like initially, I think of somebody like a character like Lifeline. Lifeline is all about mobility, and he has a grappling thing, and he can swoop around. Right. Lifeline is your healer, right? So, Pathfinder's your guy.
I was gonna say Lifeline is the one who heals.
Yeah, she's the healer. So So they all have like very basic abilities, and now we're like 18 characters in. Some of the characters' abilities are a little more stronger than the original characters, so they need to buff some of the original characters to keep them relevant as you continue to play. But they've done a pretty good job of that. I mean, that's another franchise that's making EA $1 billion. You know, it's $1 billion franchise, and it's free to play. It's not going anywhere. They've said over and over again that game will be they're going to support that game for a decade, and they should, because it's people say, oh, it's broken. It's no. Like, if you're mega hardcore into it, like maybe because you shot a gun and maybe the hit detection wasn't exactly where you thought it would be. But for the casual idiot like myself who just likes to play the game and run around and get shot and shoot people, the game's amazing. It's super fun, you know. And I think that's the other thing when it comes to like these games as a service is so often these companies listen to the idiots on Twitter, both good and bad. Right. Well, these are the people that are audience. No. This is your most vocal hardcore. Right. And you should, you want to service your hardcore, but you don't want to cater the entire game to the hardcore. And sometimes that happens, if that makes sense.
Way too much. Actually,
yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
Do they do that? Make changes based on just a few people.
All right, let's fly through this last one real quick. Then let's get into our discussion here and let Blabs lead this, because, like I said, I got to be out of here in about 20 minutes, so I want to make sure we get to that and we have plenty of time. Just a real quick note here that Street Fighter 6 is coming out, and the producer has left the company. So the main producer behind it and the Mega Man series has just left the company. So that's not a very good sign for Street Fighter 6 fans. So we'll see kind of what happens with that. So it's
interesting.
It's kind of posted on his Twitter bio that he graduated from Capcom, which in Japanese
that's
terms,
a way to say he left.
Yeah, in Japan, that's what they say when you leave a company. So, anyways, interesting.
So, wonder if it has anything to do with ESG.
That's a Japanese company. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. Fluffer Boy came in and says, Long Venture is a great early access game on Steam.
I don't know.
Right. I've never heard of that game before. Thank you, Long Venture. Maybe we'll check it out. And Tomox says, how do you feel about what we've been shown of Remnant from Ashes 2? Are you familiar with that game?
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's looking really good. I'll probably play the wolf handler, the companion guy who's got a wolf that you can use. That seems really cool. I was talking about this. What was I talking about this yesterday? I like hardcore games. Diablo 4. Yeah, we were talking about the Diablo 4 hardcore race to 1,000 people to get to level 100. Something about games that have a hardcore mode changed the way the game feels. And Remnant is one of those games that it really felt like it took the people who made Remnant very clearly love From Software. Now, I obviously love From Software. I've talked about it many times, but they put so many different little like Easter eggs here and there, and like paying homage to From Software, Dark Souls, and I love that element. And it's like they made a third-person shooter version of a Dark Souls game in like a future on Earth with some weird alien shit. It's cool. I really enjoyed Remnant 1. So Remnant 2 is looking great. I mean, it feels a little bit similar to the first game, which I'm okay with. Hopefully their map design is a little more broad instead of just kind of like cookie cutter shapes, because the map design got a little boring with Remnant 1. So I'm looking forward to it. The bosses look awesome. The boss fights were freaking epic in the first game. So looking forward to them. Definitely.
All right, let's get into our bigger discussion here. Like I said, I only got about 20 minutes, but we're going to continue the discussion further on with Adam and Blabs here in a minute. But before we do, I want to remind everybody to head over to, if you guys are watching over on Geeks and Gamers, which most of you are, and if you guys are watching over on Rumble, please join us over on the Side Scrollers podcast channel. We are now 58 subscribers away from 37,000. So just if like 10% of you guys went over and subscribed, you guys can come join us for our regular show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. after Geeks and Gamers Daily is done. You guys can come join us over there. Join our little community of the G2s. We fully embrace the 199. We'd love to see you guys over there for sure. So get on over there. The link is in the description. We greatly appreciate that. Extra Zero says, I often find the most vocal on Twitter aren't the hardcore, rather just broke regressives who aren't customers whining over social issues. Companies need to learn that catering to them does not equal sales. Ooh, man. Ooh, Extra Zero. Fire.
Well said. Pepe Payne over on Rumble for 5 says, Adam, glad you are finding the real reasons. It's banks with their CEI, DEI, ESG that fund these projects. Sales are nothing compared to the bank backings. Sad truth. Got to cut these jerks off. It's absolutely true. I mean, it's not even political because it's a simple fact that all companies need to cater to banks because without banking, they can't do business. And the banks are sitting there saying, yeah, you got to hit these numbers on your ESG, DEI scores because the World Economic Forum is telling us. And sorry, anyway, that's all I'm going to say.
Sounds good.
We'll keep moving.
Robin Will says, Travis okay, guys? Praying. We don't know. I'm sure he's fine. We haven't heard from him this morning. So, I sent him a message and haven't heard back. Hopefully he's doing okay. We'll keep you guys updated if we hear anything from Travis, for sure. All right, let's get into our discussion here. Blabs, the floor is yours. I'm going to let you talk and take this however you want to go.
All right. Do you want to bring up that tweet again?
Sure,
Just
absolutely.
so for people tuning in. By the way, before I start, we are on Instagram, and our link is in the description below if you want to follow us on Instagram. If you make memes for side scrollers, send it to us. We will post it and tag you in it, and it'll be fun. Right, so a couple of days ago, actually yesterday on Facebook, I actually found this meme, and it was a women written by men versus women written by women. And so I actually wanted to bring this up and have a huge discussion with everyone, including the chat. So I'll ask the chat now, since you are a little bit on delay. List me characters that are really fleshed out and well developed by men, and then female characters that were developed by women, like written. And this excludes books. No books, because books can be fleshed out. Like J.K. Rowling can write fantastic characters, male and female. No books, strictly film and TV shows. So have fun in the chat. But I want to list off some female characters that were written by men, and I want to know what you guys think. If you think they're good or if they're shit. So Ahsoka Tano, Padme, Leia, Black Widow pre-solo movie, so like pre-Black Widow movie, Wanda Maximoff pre-WandaVision.
Slow down just a little bit. Give me a chance to digest who these people are real quick. Go ahead.
Right, Galadriel, like Lord of the Rings trilogy, including
Original.
Arwen and Eowyn? Galadriel?
Eowyn.
I can't pronounce Lord of the Rings for shit.
That's all right.
Harley Quinn from the DC animated universe, so not live action. Fiona, Fairy Godmother, and Queen Lillian from Shrek. Ripley from Alien, and Agent Peggy Carter from Captain America from 2011. So those are all written by men.
So
and those, think about that.
And those are what you define as good characters.
Yeah, so I would define a good character as fully fleshed out, well developed, has flaws, overcomes them, but struggles internally, and anyone can relate to this character, even if they're female. Doesn't give a shit. If you're a man, you find sympathy, you relate to a female character, and they can't be a Mary Sue. Mary Sues are very much, how would you say, like they can do everything better than anyone else can. Rey from Star Wars is like a perfect example. She can just pick up a lightsaber and use the Force and take on someone who's trained to be a Jedi since birth, basically. And you're like, well, how can you possibly do that? Things like that. They're just fast. They're just amazing at everything they can do, and you don't know why, and there's no real explanation for it, and it's just thrown in your face like, oh my God, she's amazing. So that would be a Mary Sue, in my opinion. Ripley from Alien, yep. Lara Croft, yeah. See, look at you guys. Right, so I also want to know what you think about this. So bad female characters written by men. So we have Disney Star Wars sequel characters, Rey T-A-T, I call her, but just Rey. Rose Tico. Kenobi series Reva. Claire Deering from Jurassic World. If you think she's good or a bad character. And that's the new Jurassic World, 2015 and on.
That's written by a woman?
Written by a man. These are all written by men. Rings of Power, Galadriel is what I call her, because, well, she's kind of like...
This is written by a man?
Yep, written by a man. I looked it up. All the writers, except for like one, is male, credited to Rings of Power.
So
Ginny Weasley in the movies, because that was written by a man, like scripts and all that. And Kate Bishop in Hawkeye, 2021.
So once again, go ahead, Adam.
No, I'm saying it seems like you're kind of proving that meme isn't accurate at all, because
well, no, that's what we're discussing it. We want to discuss, like, do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm proving all the different points. I still got more.
I think the fact that it's being put on women instead of just shitty writers.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
That's really what it is. It's like, do you have creativity? No? Then you're probably a shitty writer. I mean, if you're a good writer, I don't care if you're a man or a woman. I don't think it makes a difference. Like you mentioned J.K. Rowling in the beginning, like she can obviously write a good story because she's J.K. Rowling, right? I mean, everyone knows Harry Potter.
Book, not a film.
Okay.
Or show.
It's still writing though. I'm talking about writing in general, right? You just listed off all these really amazing female actor or characters rather, written by men, and now you're giving us a list of not so good characters.
Yeah,
written by men.
Also good and bad for female written by female.
And I'm not surprised that there's going to be recognizable ones probably on both sides that are like, oh yeah, that was shit, or oh yeah, that character is fantastic. I think
but that also goes back to the meme where it's like saying, only shitty female characters 24/7. That's why we're bringing this conversation in.
Right.
See, do people actually believe that women written by women just twerk all day? Or are they actually capable of writing real characters? Or are they just diversity hires in 2021 and beyond for Hollywood?
Let me share this list that you put together real quick.
ESG, DEI. I'm going to say it again. You need to adhere to their rules to maintain getting your funding. This is infecting everything. I don't care if some people think I'm getting political. I don't care. It's in everything. It's in game companies. I wouldn't be surprised if Bungie has it because there's some shit in Destiny 2 that I don't like. It takes me out of the game, and I'm like, why the fuck is this in this game? It makes no sense. All right. It's in everything. It's taking over the movies. It's taking over books. It's taking over television, Hollywood. Name something. It's a part of it because the banks are behind all of this stuff. All right. DEI, ESG, it's diversity, inclusion, and equity, and all this bullshit that they're forcing on people. That's it. All this writing, and these companies can't do anything about it. They're like, that's probably why the person left Capcom. I'm not joking. He probably was like, fuck this shit. I'm not going to adhere to these stupid rules. I want to make a game that I want to make and not be told that I have to put at least 16 rainbow flags throughout the whole freaking first level to really, spread equality or some bullshit. I'm so fucking fed up with it, dude. And I think that's the reason behind a lot of this shit. All right, I'm done.
100%.
Please continue, Babs. I'm stealing it here.
No, you're right. This is why I wanted to bring it up because I wanted to discuss it because it feels very much, especially in lately with Marvel, when it's all like, female empowerment in Star Wars, the Force is female, then we get shitty ass characters written by women who were just hired for the sake of being a credit and a checkbox, and this is the characters that we get. Versus, in the early 2000s, we had really fleshed out characters. Like like after Endgame and on, we've had very shitty characters, both male and female. And so that's what I wanted to point out. So we can go on and say good female characters written by women. You would have Sailor Moon, The Holiday. Anyone ever see The Holiday? It's a Christmas movie. Iris and Amanda. You would have Black Widow, Natasha, and really, honestly, all the other Black Widows in that Black Widow film were just poorly written, we'll put it that way. And then bad female characters written by women I could think of was She-Hulk and all the characters in that show, the twerking, and then Bella Swan in Twilight, where she would just cry over nothing and just, be a bit suicidal, honestly. So those are my thoughts on that, and I want to know what the chat thinks too.
So let me ask you,
I can't help but notice the amount of, you know what? Go ahead, Craig. I'm sorry.
I'll say so. Blabs, She-Hulk is, we're on Geeks and Gamers. I know Jeremy and Ryan and a lot of folks talk about She-Hulk a lot on this channel. And kind of how it, you got the going back to the meme, you got them twerking in the office and their lawyers and girl power and all this stuff. But I think a lot of this goes back to the initial conversation of like when you look at characters, in TV shows and film, the chat mentioned like Sarah Connor, right? Sarah Connor to me was just a badass character. I never thought, well, Sarah Connor's a woman. I don't know if I can relate to that. I just thought, holy crap, that's a mom who is out for fucking vengeance, like who was there to protect her son and, whatever her role was. But it was protecting her son initially. Then it was, working with the Terminator, specifically in Terminator 2. But Sarah Connor is a badass character. And I think that, I guess you could say that, well, she's a powerful woman and like, that's great. But I never looked at it like that. I just looked, you go back into even video games. Like I said this many, many times when it comes to like a game like Metroid, the big shocker was Samus Aran wasn't a boy, but a girl all along. And that was like the big shocker at the end of Metroid, right? Oh my gosh, you were playing a girl the entire time. And I think that most boys my age at the time and people of my generation went, cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, what? Are you kidding me?
I'm never playing this game again.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. And then we moved on and we played whatever, Mega Man or whatever, it wasn't that big a deal. And I think that's probably the biggest thing. It doesn't matter if a man's writing it, if a woman's writing it, a good character is just a good character.
Yep.
And it's just kind of interesting to see kind of the idea of like, the bad, your perception of like a bad female character written by women. There are absolutely going to be people who go in and they try to put their agenda, their personal thoughts and agenda. And you've seen this in Disney. You've seen this in these different companies. And it's a mess. And it's, I was thinking about this the other day of like where this all this shit started going downhill. And a lot of it just, I think it really just started with like one person. There's always this slippery slope. Someone was hired along the way. And I would love to spider web my way back to where was that first hire in like, was it in 1975? Was it in the 60s? Was it in 2014? Like when was it? And we'll never know, but something happened and the butterfly effect happened. And all of a sudden you have She-Hulk, so.
I already said it. I'm not going to say it again. I'm not going to go on another rant. Because I already explained it. That's what it is. That's what it. But I'm not gonna go there again. But I do want to point out something that Blabs actually brought up, and I love that, and I want to really focus on it. It's there can be characters that anyone can relate to, whether you're man or woman. Even if it's a woman like character and anyone can relate to, that's a good character. And it doesn't matter that she's a woman. It doesn't matter what her skin color is. It's because people want to relate to it, and relating to someone else has nothing to do with the way you look. All right. And that's what all these racist people out there are obsessed with. Oh, we need representation. It's like, what the fuck does that mean, representation? Like, you're so shallow if that's what you're focusing on. It's because the character of someone, these fucking people, it's like they've never heard of Martin Luther King. Did you ever hear what he talks about? The character, judged by the character of who they are, not the color of their skin. That's literally what he was preaching when there was real oppression. And now they're like, we're so oppressed. We need to judge everyone by the color of their skin. Like, that's their arguments nowadays. And it's like, we got to let that go and go back to the age of we got to be able to relate to something that is authentically written by someone who actually cares to do real representation of someone who is flawed, someone who is having a hard time in life and then fighting through to prevail. Like, that's the kind of story that we need. Not like this person's black.
Right.
That's it. That's the story.
Like they overcame being a woman.
Yeah. Like,
it's like,
what?
Like, I get it. If you're like, if the story is you're in an abusive relationship with a man who's beating the shit out of you and you overcome that, okay, cool, right? But like, I don't know. Like, it's amazing to see how you're right, how shallow so many of these characters are, where it's just they have one hump to get over. That's it, one hump,
or none at all,
or none, or
you're
right, or
none.
none.
You just coast it.
Yeah, what hump did Rey have to get? She had to get off planet. That's it.
She knew how to fly, but she never left the planet. I bypassed the compressor.
Melodic Method came in with the 10, says Wodigo Kusanagi is the main character in Ghost in the Shell, written by Man, you guys are just trying to throw out these Japanese names at me that I can't even read. Written by Masamune Shiro, a man, my favorite character and show/movie. Right. And I think that's the thing. If you just relate to the character, if you find the character fascinating, I think in Kill Bill, like I think that's a fascinating character. You know, I'm not a woman, you know, but I just like the character. She's, you know, she's going through and mowing over bad guys. Sal came in.
Mhm.
It says Demon Slayer, a manga and anime loved by millions around the world. Manga outsold American comics by over 100 million copies, written by a woman. Right. And with that, guys, I actually do need to bounce. I'm going to let you guys continue this conversation because it's really great. But I want to encourage everybody. The show will continue, by the way. I just got to bounce. I got a business call I got to get on. But head over to the Side Scrollers podcast channel. The link is at the top of the chat. I would love for you guys to pop in and join us over there as we continue to grow a little bit more every single day. We are currently, let's see, we are
I think I'm
just
pointing
about,
at it.
Yeah, just about 50 subscribers away from 37,000. We'd love for you guys to join us. I see we got some Rumble rants over there.
Follow us. I'll read them. I got them ready.
And hey, Blabs, Adam, you guys take it home. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
We're gonna get out of here. You go
home.
do your business call.
He's already home, but
get
go
out.
home anyway.
Go on. I was about to remove him. I'm gonna read these real quick.
Okay,
actually, no. Let's finish up. We could get to these in a sec. Go ahead.
Just gonna say, like,
Bring
the
it
more
home, Blab.
inclusive these people try to be, the more exclusive they actually are, because they're really, really finite, like a person to like a very specific detail characteristic. When there's just so much more, you know, people are like onions. They got multiple layers, guys. I'm gonna be real. We're all vegetables. All these layers actually count.
Some more than others.
Yes, it's not just about skin or eye color, or like if you don't have all your limbs, you know, there's so much more to, like, there's more personality out there than you can ever think of. So that was my whole takeaway, guys. Like, it doesn't matter who writes the character as long as we actually have like great writers in, and we sorely need them in Hollywood so badly, so we don't have really shitty females twerking on our screens for our youth and our future generations to see and go, yay.
You know what's going to solve this? Competition. No, competition.
Mm-hmm.
Competition is absolutely required, because right now we've had all these industries that have just gotten so big without competition, right? There's no competitor for them to even care to keep going with their quality products. We need more people to get out there and start making stuff. Like, you know, Eric July, right? With ISOM, he's starting something because he wanted to see it and he was sick of what he was seeing. He's doing something that's like, fuck yeah, that's what we need. We got Drunk 3PO. He wrote a kid's book and it's doing great. Like, I'm hyped for him because, and that's what we need. We need more people just trying to create their own, because all of these major companies, guess what? They started from one person's vision of what a company could be. And then it's gone to where it is now. And now it's being run by people who are 5 generations removed from the person who started it, who had this vision to create an awesome company. You know, now ESG, I've said it multiple times, these huge corporations need the funding from the banks to be able to continue functioning. And that's why they don't care. They're like, well, whatever we would prefer the funding from the banks than the customers being happy, which is, that's insane to think about. But if there's alternatives where the people who are like, you know what, I need to go somewhere like Target to get stuff. Well, you know what, maybe I'll just learn to make furniture. Maybe I'll grow my own food now. I mean, we need to start getting back to, you know, like before 1930s, you know, grocery stores weren't a thing. It just wasn't. People just made their own food. It's like, that's how it was for most of humanity. Like I've got a pretty epic garden now. I'm pretty hyped about it. Like everything's starting to get nice and green and grow. And I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to like package my own potatoes and pickle. I love pickles, and there's like shit pickles. Sweden, you're great, but they have trash pickles. They don't know what they're doing. They need some Americanized pickles, and I'm gonna bring that. We need competition. We need to bring it back. Competition breeds quality. And when you take the competition out, the companies get lazy and they stop giving a shit about the customer because there's no other options. Too bad. I mean, where else are you going to go?
Speak with your wallets, people. That is the best way to go.
Hold on. I got something for that. Absolutely. Vote with your wallets, people. That's what we
Side note,
need.
do you like fried pickles?
I've had them before. They're. I've had bad fried pickles and good fried pickles.
I've
So
only ever had good
if they're
fried
good,
pickles, though. I like
yeah,
fried pickles.
I like good pickles. There is so many pickles out there. My favorite pickles I've ever had were I helped make on my uncle's farm in Minnesota, and it's like I know that that's how you do it. You got to make your own pickles. They're hands down better. You can make them spicy. You can add your own elements to it.
Pickle
Although
show with Adam.
I gotta give some props. So Walmart, I know people like Walmart, whatever, but they have their own pickle brand. It's like America's or value something. The Walmart brand.
Great value.
Is it Great Value? That's
Mhm.
that's that brand. There's like a maple. Man, what is it's like these maple dill chips, and they're like
Oh,
no, they're not dill. Sorry, it's like spicy maple or
okay.
something.
I was gonna say that is weird.
Oh my goodness, they're so good. Holy shit. Anyway, let's stop talking about pickles. Anyway, when I do make my pickles, I'll show you because I'll be all proud of
Okay.
them because I'm excited about it. Okay, dude, 1286 over on Rumble for 5. Thank you. Says Full Metal Alchemist mangaka. There's a manga with a KA at the end. I don't know how that. I've never even heard that or what that's in reference to. Let's see here. Full Metal Alchemist manga was a country woman.
I think it's
It's
supposed to be manga.
Well, it's mangaka. I don't know. There's a KA at the
Oh.
end. Anyway, it says it was a country woman. It's considered by many to be one of the best mangas and animes of all time. Wow. I've never actually seen it. Oh, okay. I'm being informed by chat. Mangaka is manga artists or the manga author. Okay.
Ah,
So the creator of thank you, chat. I gotta love
you
chat.
learn something new every day.
Right. So Full Metal Alchemist, which from what I know of people who are obsessed with anime, is definitely top tier. I've never
That's what I
seen it
hear.
myself. But according to the people out there that love it, they are like, yes, it is amazing. What do you guys think? Is it the best? Is Full Metal Alchemist the best anime of all time? Do you agree with the dude? Or he's saying it is considered by many. So what do you guys think? Pepe Payne
Well,
for
I
2.
like Spy Family.
I don't
There's
even know what
my
that is.
anime talk.
Pepe Payne for 2 says Adam losing his mind. It's the people who hold the purse strings. Look in the mirror before you support these companies. If you still do, you become an enabler. I got you. Pepe Payne again says you're loved, Adam, and you have grown bigly in your knowledge. Salute. Thank you very much, Pepe Payne. I know that you've been following me and supporting me throughout this journey of mine. I appreciate you. Let's see. Blake Barrett. Oh, let me just keep going back. I don't want to miss anything here. Demon Slayer. Okay, yeah, we read that one. All right, going down. Angry Yeti TV. To be fair, I'm sure Tatooine knockoff is the hard planet to get off of. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, she got off. Blake Barrett says Celeste from Final Fantasy VI, one of the best female RPG characters. Man, what a classic game. Hey, you don't know Final Fantasy VI, do you? It's a good one. Invader Talk says ESG/DEI sounds like a violation of the RICO Act. Oh man, if only the people who would hold them accountable actually did. But I really we're not supposed to. It's not necessarily a political show. We don't try not to do politics.
We don't do
I'm
that here.
well. My brain is kind of like split between games and politics because I did politics for so long, and I'm like, I still keep up with politics, so I'm still reading about politics and stuff. So I can't help it, and this stuff is bleeding into culture. It is taking over these companies that are creating the games that I love to play. So we can't really escape it anymore. It's very prevalent in all the stuff that we're doing. So oh man, he actually I have no idea how to pronounce it, but in parentheses it's actually how to pronounce it. Fyodor Dankstoevsky. Dankstoevsky. What's the bank's motivation to fund woke trash? ESG has little to no correlation with profitability. Well, all right, I'm going to do this. I'll tell you what it is. It's to break down the foundation of society. America is a thorn in WEF's ass in the communists trying to take over the planet and create serfs and rich elites. That's what they want. They want everyone to be poor. All right. And if they get rid of all these American companies, that's like an American brand that is established. And guess who that really hurts? This whole Bud Light thing, right? Bud Light went woke. They put a fucking dude dressed as a woman on their can. And everyone's like, well, fuck Bud Light. You know who's that really is hurting? The people who deliver Bud Light, the people who brew the Bud Light, in the American workers that are actually working behind the scenes. Like, they're destroying the company. And if the company falls, how many jobs is that actually destroying? And now take every single company that they're injecting the shit into. So they're actually undermining the whole freaking America because of this woke trash that they know that Americans are going to be sick of. They're like, oh yeah, you don't like it when we go after kids? All right, let's have all these companies go after kids so that they all go under, and then all the people that are like hardworking Americans lose their jobs, and then boom. I mean, maybe that's a conspiracy theory of mine, but that's what I'm seeing. As I'm everywhere I look, it's these companies that are injecting this shit. It's like, well, who really wants America to fall? Oh, the WEF. They want us to live in pods and eat bugs and own nothing. And they want to own everything. You know what? Fuck that. Fuck them. They can go fuck themselves. All right. And I think we all need to have that attitude because they're trying to destroy us. That's what I believe. All right. That's a little. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to go political, but I can't help it, man. I really feel like they're trying to destroy us. Destroy any free place on this planet. Everyone has a target on their back. And it's the World Economic Forum. Okay. Sorry for getting political there. If you guys
but I mean, it ties into what we were saying, so technically speaking, it's a pass.
Someone said this is side scrollers, not base staff. I know, but I can't help it. I can't help it. I know. We're talking about like who's the shitty writers. It's not women or men. It's the people that are being bitches to the freaking the dollar, the higher ups that are telling them we have to do this or else we're getting cut off from funding. Saltosaurus Rex for $20. Hey, thank you very much. That deserves a toasty. Says, I would say Full Metal Alchemist is top tier anime. I love Brotherhood. It's relatable to what we see with the people trying to establish that World Economic Forum and New World Order crap. Ooh, maybe I should watch that. Maybe I should get into Brother.
Like a single thing?
My first introduction to anime was Ninja Scroll, and it blew me away. I had never seen an anime before. Maybe I have. Pokemon. I loved Pokemon. When I was 11, Pokemon came out, and I was watching Pokemon before I went to school. Maybe I was 12 when it came out. When did Pokemon come out? 97? 96?
I was born.
Chat, when did Pokemon come out? I feel like Pokemon, that's anime. And I watched
like 98 or something.
Yeah, maybe 98. I don't know. Might have been 13. Anyway, I used to watch it before school, so I think that technically that would be my first. You were older, Adam. It came in 98. All right, so yeah, I was 98 in the US. It came out in 96, but then it came to the US in 98. All right, so I was 13, 14 when it came out, and I was watching it before school. I would watch it in the mornings, and then Ninja Scroll. I watched it in high school when I was like 15 or 16, and I was like, holy shit! Like that was incredible. I watched I watched what was it? Trigun, a few others. I can't think of any because throughout the years I would watch them here and there, but I am told that I need to watch Gundam. Like I'm told like that is the one for me.
I tried to watch it on Netflix, but honestly, me and subtitles.
The live action one? Oh no, not the live action one. I don't mind subtitles actually. I'm getting used to subtitles because there's some Swedish shows that are on Netflix here that are fucking banging good, like really good. But you have to like either VPN or whatever because it's only in this region. But man, they're really good. The Bridge. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that show. Incredible, but it's in subtitles. But it's kind of cool because I'm like slowly learning Swedish, so it's actually helping me. I'm like, oh, I recognize that word, and I'm reading, and I'm like, yeah. I. It's actually helping me learn Swedish better. So yeah, Gundam is the greatest. There's another one too that they tried to make a live action one recently. What is it? It's shit. Everyone, people who know me and know anime are like, you got to watch Gundam and you got to watch. Fuck, I don't remember the other one, but it was another one. They
I'm
just
not a
tried
big
to.
anime, so I can't help you.
They failed. The Cowboy Bebop, yes, Dark Raven.
I watched
Raven.
them, but I never finished it because I actually
I'm
didn't
told
really enjoy it.
Cowboy Bebop is people who know me are like, you got to watch Cowboy Bebop or Gundam. Those are the two. So maybe eventually I'll check those out. I haven't really been watching a lot of stuff lately. So, oh my gosh. Samurai Knight says Redo the Healer is another great girl created manga. I hear nightmarish things about Redo the Healer. So I don't think I'll be watching that. I've learned about that from being on Rekeda's show. And shout out to Rekeda, man. I haven't talked to him in a while. I love that dude. He is one of the funniest people on the internet, and I hope he's well. Fernando celebrating 4 months as a 199. Thank you, Fernando. This is what happens when normal people neglect culture. You get ideologues running these companies and people wondering how politics get involved. Yeah, nailed it. Exactly. Okay, so that's the chats. Thank you guys for the support. It's pretty amazing. It's really great to be over here on Geeks and Gamers. Shout out to the Geeks and Gamers crew because they're freaking rad. They embraced me when I went on in my own direction by no choice of my own. But it was awesome, and they're fantastic. So I really appreciate all of you 199s hanging out. If you could go sub over to our channel. Oh, Blabs, can you point right there? Other way. Yeah. Up into the corner. No. You other side. That way. Do you see how I do you see how
I'm doing the same thing?
Okay, fine. I'll go can you do this, please? Up into your top corner. No. I want you to point here. Do what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. I'll do it myself. All right, everyone, if you could click right here, all right, you can subscribe to our normal channel. We're here on Wednesdays, but please, we are so close. All right, do you see what I'm doing, Blabs? Can you do that?
Yeah, but I also putting the links in the chat so they can just find it right there. Look, just links are in the chat, guys.
I'm done trying. Seriously though, you guys are absolutely fantastic. If you could follow us over on Rumble as well, Side Scrollers over on Rumble because we stream on Rumble and Twitch. Although between you and I don't really care about Twitch that much.
I like Twitch still.
Kind of a woke company. But anyway, shout out to Rumble. Rumble is absolutely the shit. You could follow me. I go live Monday through Friday on Rumble. It's just streaming games. Monday night, I have Base Staff Monday on my Rumble channel as well, although I do stream that on YouTube. And then Sunday nights, I've got Forbidden Frontier with Gary from Nerdrotic and Quarter Black Garrett and the one and only X-Ray Girl. That is a lot of fun. We just interviewed Ben from Uncharted X last Sunday, and it was a fantastic conversation. Definitely go check it out. I don't know what we're talking about this Sunday, but it's always a good conversation with these guys, so I'm looking forward to it. And Blabs, you're gonna be going live in about an hour on Castlevania, right?
So yeah, for Castlevania on Side Scrollers. Link has been posted multiple times in the chat and it's in the description below, guys.
Let me see. Samurai Knight says, if Redo is too much, watch interspecies reviewers. I don't know, man. I don't know if I could trust you, Samurai Knight. Sal the meh guy says, watch Rinro, the Wolf Brigade. Cool. I would like a little more information, but I mean, everyone's got their favorite, right? I mean, anime is so widespread. There's because what is anime? It's just Japanese animation. So like you could go in any direction with it. So but yeah, definitely check out Blabs. She's gonna be playing Castlevania out. If you click this link right here, you can get ready to up in the corner. Just go wait. Can you bring your hand up into the corner and point that way?
This is my other monitor that I'm looking at for YouTube. Like, you're just hurting me, bro.
Just. All right, stop. Just stop trying. Why are you pointing up? I'm pointing this way. Why are you pointing? You're like, that's it, right?
Like angle. I want to point that out. So this is me actually pointing left, but it looks like I'm up.
But can't you see what you're doing in your monitor and slowly get there? That way. Can you point straight? Point straight this way. There you go. Now bring your hand up. Bring your hand up. Not your whole body, just your hand. She's like, am I doing it right? I'm like, just your.
It's like I'm
you know what?
up an escalator.
I'm sorry. I have to stop. Anyway, this is fun. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back on our channel tomorrow, same time, 10 Central time or 10 Pacific, 12 Eastern. Is it 10? No, it's 3 hours behind. It's noon Eastern time, Monday through Friday. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see y'all next time. Oh wait, we got some memes. Hold on. I got to show these memes.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, hold on. I got to show these. We got some memes. These guys are awesome. It's Extra Zero. You know them. You love them. Boom. Say the line, Craig. Balls. Yay!
I love DSP's face at the bottom.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with that sentiment. Yeah, cool. I'm not sure if I agree with that statement, but that's okay. All right, let's see. Oh shit, I'm excited about this one. Okay, hold on. This one's from Superman. This has got the stamp of approval from the one and only Legion of Memers.
Straight down the middle. No hook, no spin, no fuss. Anything more, and this becomes figure skating.
Yeah.
Is that what you actually look like when you bowl?
Oh my god, are you serious?
Son, people can see you.
People can see you. I almost want to watch it again. Okay, that was glorious.
Next time you guys go bowling, you gotta wear that outfit.
I don't have a bowling outfit actually. I should figure something out.
Later today, Adam went on Amazon.com and bought a purple bowling outfit.
Yeah, that's not happening. Anyway, you guys are fantastic. I will see y'all next time. I don't know why Craig doesn't do this, but I'm playing the outro because it was created just for us. Kenzo did a fantastic job on it, and I love it. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.